Hello everyone, this is Jules, aka Caffeinated Cozy Gamer. Welcome to my channel! So here we are, it is a Friday, thank goodness. I almost thought I wasn't going to be able to stream today because work was a little bit on the crazy side. But I am clocked off, I have coffee, and I'm ready to play more Disney Dreamlight Valley because let me tell you, I have been completely obsessed with the new Star Path since it released a couple of days ago. I've been playing this game for probably more consecutive hours than is healthy for a human to be looking at a screen. But I'm absolutely adoring it. The stuff is just so cute. It's almost ludicrous, honestly, how cute it is. And hang on, my computer's doing something weird. Hang on. Why is the control? There we go. It was just struggling a little bit with the input control from the controller, but it looks fine now. Okay. So, just for a quick overview, I've completed most pages. I still have a few motifs to collect. The pumpkin head and Daisy skin. Everything else I have collected. So we can get cracking. It's going to be fantastic. The thing I'm going to be doing quickly before we get started actually cracking with that is finally today, and I'm going to show you for the first time in forever, I had, and I don't know if you know this about the Eternity Isle time bending, is that these fragments that you can use to craft certain pieces of furniture, they're only available on certain days, but there is not a schedule. They are completely random. Some of them I've just never seen. It's a little bit frustrating, but finally today, the tapestry piece to craft Merida's tapestry is in the valley, and I am 2 fragments short of being able to craft it. So we are very quickly going to do that on stream while chatting. And then we're going to get on to quests. I've got Maleficent with me. I have made a time-bending buddy so I can level her up a little bit as well. I am desperately trying to catch up on character quests because I am so behind. I've actually managed to level up most characters. I think the only ones I don't have to level 10 yet are Maleficent, Aurora, Joy and Sadness, and Lumiere and Cogsworth, who just released this week. Everyone else is at level 10. I am still missing, as in I just have not liberated them from the realm yet. Timon, Pumbaa, and the Cheshire Cat. But everyone else is at level 10. The problem is that the vast majority of them I just have not completed quests, and I have set myself an exceptionally lofty goal of actually actively, hopefully, trying to get all of my characters to level 10 and all of the quests completed by the time the new DLC comes out. Wish Blossom Ranch, I think they said it's releasing in November. I'm expecting like mid-November-ish, to be honest. So that means I've got about 6 weeks. So I'm like, okay, if I try to play like an hour every day between streams, my lunch break, sometimes after dinner, that sort of thing, I might actually be able to do that as long as I like quest single-mindedly like nobody has quested before. And I think it's feasible. But we're actually going to look and see exactly how many characters that is, because believe you me, it is many. So if we go into my quests, the Dream Bundle quest, that doesn't count. I'll do that eventually, but not now. These quests are for Cheshire Cat and Timon and Pumbaa, so we'll need to do that and also all the quests for them. So there is 1, 2, 3. That is not a friendship quest, that is something else. So hang on, 1, 2, 3. That's also another thing. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. I've completed Scar. That is a different thing. Hang on. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Yeah, 11, 12, 13, 14. So we are talking 17 characters that are at Friendship 10, but have not that they have not done quests for. And some of them are close to being finished. Aurora, I think I've only got 1 or 2 quests to do, but I need to level up Hades and Maleficent first. Hades is on his last quest. Jasmine is on her last quest. So I think it's doable. It's just going to take a little bit of time. But you know what? I think in like 2-3 weeks, I can do it. Especially since the Star Path has been made so much simpler. And I have completed the storylines for the DLCs. It should be all right. So, time bending, looking for tapestry bits. I think we're only missing either 1 or 2 tapestry scraps. So hopefully we'll be able to find something here in the valley. I don't think you can time bend in the Storybook Vale, if I'm not mistaken. And I've already used up all the time bending instances in the DLC during my lunch break. So if we're gonna find them, it's going to be in here. To be fair, can I find the tapestry pieces in the realms? Genuine question, because I have no idea. So let me go to Eternity Isle, time bending. Can I? No, just Eternity Isle and Dreamlight Valley. So if I cannot find that couple of missing pieces... Hi, buddy. Sorry. My cat is sleeping on top of the computer today. And he just turned around and reached out with one cute little foot, asking to be petted because he's a sweet boy. He's also a very large fat boy. Very cute. Very adorable. And I am totally not biased because he is Mama's little boy and my absolute little best bud in the whole wide world. Totally not biased at all. Nah. It's not like I would commit, like, legitimate war crimes to keep him safe. Not at all. Okay, so come on, give us a piece of tapestry. We're not asking for much. We literally just need, I think, 1 piece. Might be 2. I genuinely think it's just 1. If it's 2, I'm gonna cry. Because we're already, what, 3 biomes in and we haven't found a single piece? Come on. Okay, this one's taking some time. This might be it. I've noticed that, no. Usually the longer it takes to unearth it, the higher the likelihood of it being something rare. So I need to remove a few of these icy weeping willows. They're so pretty, but they are a pain to navigate around with the camera. Okay, no more treasure here. Now, hang on. Aren't there supposed to be those spheres? You can see how much I've done time bending in the game up until this point, but I'm pretty sure there's supposed to be those big white spheres that hang around that allow you to time bend in certain spots. Maybe I'm mistaken. Maybe it's not every biome, and maybe it's random biomes every day. Yeah, if we see them, we're using them.
There's a lot about this valley.
Yeah, there's nothing here. It's also going to allow me to replenish my stash because I was down to very, very little. But no, there it is. I'm up to 30,000. 3 days ago, I was down to like 300, 200. So that is working, luckily. But let's go. Come on, tapestry pieces. We can do tapestry pieces. If we believe hard enough, we can do it. So let's go. Come on, tapestry piece. Not a tapestry piece. Took too little time to be something rare like that, but ooh, Maleficent is giving us double. Another thing I'm gonna have to do is just for ease of leveling, I have been pretty much putting everyone and their mother down as gardening buddies. That was maybe not the best plan, because now, yes, I get ludicrous amounts of pumpkins every time I farm, but getting a lot of other resources is a lot more difficult. Because I basically have like 1 or 2 buddies tops doing that job. So I think I'm gonna have to craft a bunch of manuals to respec people to different areas. So I can maybe have, you know, 10 people time bending and 10 people doing gems. Fishing, honestly, I don't care about. I've got enough fish generally. I'm using the like Moana's boat pretty much daily in every biome, now that we can have them actually in different areas of the DLCs as well. That's really, really useful. Yes, tapestry piece. Maleficent is giving us double. Okay. Did it. Score. Okay, I'm just going to double check that we do indeed have enough, because I am not sure and I do not want to stop if we're like missing still one piece. Pretty sure we got it though. See? I see little pink cat beans facing me on top of the computer. I have to pet. It's the law, frankly, in this house. Feed my character so she can glide. There we go. Okay, time bending table, of which I should probably have one in the valley, to be frank. Okay, so fragments. Yes, okay, we do have enough. Also, there's one thing I want to check, because another craftable from Eternity Isle that I don't have is the little buddy. Like the little companion. And I'm trying to think, how do I get the little buddy? I'm not sure. Oh, nice. Also, I can dismantle a bunch of these, which is lovely. I didn't know that. Shower is cool. I'd forgotten about the shower. It must be under special. Yes. Oh, I just need a few more magnets and then I can craft it. 15,000? Ooh. Yeah, I'm gonna have to farm mist a little bit more, I think, in order to get that. Because, yikes, that's a lot. So, do I need to empty my pockets? Yes, I can to empty my pockets before we get cracking. So, let's go to my floating island for the plaza, which is the only one I've got unlocked so far. And it's where I've now transferred both my pumpkin farm. Look at it. It is thriving. I get millions and millions of coins every time I do a harvest. It's also great for leveling characters. And then I've got my storage areas. So here is the storybook. I still need to spruce them up a little bit. These are kind of like temporary, but storybook Vale. This is for Wish Blossom Ranch, already ready to go. I have an area for like the base valley crafting materials. So stone, the coal, all the different kinds of wood, crafted items like iron ingots. This one is for things you dig up, so like your clay. This is magic stuff, so time bending things, snippets. And this is the kitchen area. And then I had this fourth one here that I didn't know what to do with since I split it into 4. So I just put a library in just because why not? And here are the Base Valley and Eternity Isle areas. So yeah, quite happy with it, I've got to be honest. Now, most of this is actually going to be time bending things. Do I have anything that even goes here? No. I've got some flowers that go here. Well, one flower, but it still counts. Then I've got some wood products that need to go in here. I've got something that goes in the stone chest. Wait, is that misaligned? No, it was just the camera. Okay. So there's this and this. There we go. And then I'm going to need around here. I've done this recently. I'm still kind of learning where I put everything. So I'm running around like a headless chicken a little bit sometimes. And there we go with all of these ancient parts that we farmed up. I'm gonna have to farm more glimmer. So I'm still, I've literally got 4. I need loads for these things. So I'm so happy about the tapestry. Another one I've barely seen is the piano leg. I really want to craft the piano from Tangled. The sword in the stone. I also really want the starting line from Sugar Rush that you get with the lollipops, but I've only had lollipops once in the last like 2 months. It's ridiculous. And then the Beauty and the Beast window. I really want that, but again, I do not have what it takes to craft it. So hopefully soon we will see. Now, duties. What do we have on? The Dreamlight one is most likely the only one I'm not going to be able to complete today because I used up all my dream shards. I've got literally none left. I might have like 20 that I found at lunchtime, but that's it. I don't think that's going to get me another 3k of Dreamlight, so that's going to be slow going. Shoreline shellfish, feeding the sea turtles, oval gems and square gems, and then a bunch of royal tasks. We can easily complete all of these. I'm just going to have to put some seaweed in my pocket real quick to feed the turtle. So it said 5. There we go. So onwards to Dazzle Beach. We need to find some turtles. And we need to... So shoreline shellfish, I'm assuming it wants like clamshells and oysters. And that's going to be really easy because this is one like the flowers that you can trick. So you pick up a few, then you drop them, pick them up again, and count them as double. So it's going to be super duper easy to get that many. We might not even have to cheat, honestly, because there's going to be quite a few around. Which would be fantastic if we didn't have to cheat. And I'm also going to keep an eye on the mining spot, because the easiest way to complete those duties about finding square gems and oval gems is to keep an eye out for the mining spots that have visible gems in them, because that way you know that there's guaranteed going to be a gem in there. And you also already know if it's going to be square or oval or neither, because actually there's a few on Eternity Isle that are neither. Like the Bumblestone and the Evergem, I think. Both of those are honestly a nondescript shape. I wouldn't even say they're like a regular recognizable shape. They do, however, look cool. Any more? Yes, there's gonna be a couple more. There we go. Okay, couple here. See, we didn't even have to cheat. Found all of them. Fantastic. Cast around for seafood. That should be relatively easy. I say we do gems first. There we go. This is another oval one, guaranteed. We got quite a few oval ones, and I think we only need a couple more squares to reach the goal. Let's check again. So, yeah, 2 more square and 3 more oval. So let's track the oval and go up here. This should have a mix of both. So that should be relatively easy to hopefully get one. There we go. This is going to be another oval. So, okay, we only missed 2 and 2. And then you know what? If we can finish the ovals really easily, we can just pop into the mines, because both the rubies and the sapphires are square. So we should be able to finish that quickly. Also, crazy prediction. The moment we finish these duties, I am ready to bet there's going to be something about finding shiny gems. There's always a duty like that towards the end, and I haven't gotten one yet. So I just know that it's going to come at some point. And that we're also starting to take care of the other duty about completing royal tasks around the Alice in Wonderland maze and the tea party. Here we go. I am very much considering moving the amusement park somewhere on a floating island, because yeah, it's cute, it's fun. It completely kills the frame rate in the game for some reason when I'm in this area, even though it's barely using up any power from my processor or my graphics card. Even my husband cannot figure out what is happening, because, like, well, you're using like 17% of the CPU and 25% of the GPU. There is no reason why this should run the way it does sometimes. But I've updated the drivers, which actually has helped. And by updated the drivers, I mean that I found out by trying to go into the NVIDIA dashboard for my graphics card to try and limit frame rate, because for some reason this game, you can choose if you want to run it at 60 Hertz. Or I guess my Steam Deck also offers 90 Hertz, so it depends on what the screen can do. Yes, another oval gem. Thank you. Only one to go. But I was desperately trying to limit the frame rate to 30 on my big PC, because it was all over the place, ranging between like 28 and 60, juddering like crazy. It was making me motion sick. It was horrendous. And final oval gem. Neat. Look at us go. Feeding the sunbirds. Okay, that's also doable. Now, square gems. Only 2 more. But yeah, so in an attempt to limit the frame rate, because the game doesn't allow to do that for some reason inside the settings, I found out that there's a new NVIDIA app that was released like late last year, earlier this year. And opening that and adding the game into it to try and tinker with it, just that completely fixed my frame rate issues. They showed up again very briefly a couple of times, but I think it's just when I am hopping between fast travel points too fast, it can't quite keep up. So for about a minute, I think while it loads, it's just going to stutter a little bit between like 20 and 30 frames per second. And then all of a sudden, boom, perfect battery smooth 60 for the rest of the play style, rest of the play session. So not entirely clear what's going on there, but you know what? I will take it. As long as there's a way to make it work, I will take it. Okay, I've got to feed the sunbirds their... Is it just feed the sunbirds or feed them their favorite food? Because that is very different. Their favorite food. Okay, drat. The favorite food changes with each sunbird. So hang on, I'm gonna have to pull up a guide because I cannot for the life of me remember which does what. So... ASMR moment with my mechanical keyboard. I'm sure there's an IGN guide somewhere. And in fact, the first the first result is an IGN guide. Okay, let's see. What am I supposed to do? Okay, let's see. Let's see what happens if... Which one is this sunbird? The golden sunbird wants orange or yellow. Go! No, actually, hang on. It's good that it left for a sec. Because that way I can try to find a couple more orange and yellow flowers. And this one is the... Let's go in the collection and see. It looks like the turquoise sunbird. Which one's pink or green? Can have a couple pinks. Hang on, I think I've seen another pink here. Yes, okay. I should have enough flowers to feed them their favorite food 5 times. So let's go to this friendly little fella. And give him pink bromelid. Yeah, he's doing a happy dance. That's his favorite. Okay. And then we're going to do that again. Because it actually counts if you feed the same bird multiple times. Which, thank goodness. Because otherwise it would take days to get this one done. Let's give him a third. And then we just need to give the 2 orange ones to the other little guy that we gotta hunt down again. Because I have no idea where he went. I swear, I looked away for 1 second and he just disappeared. Why can't I pick it up? Ooh, bugged. Okay, how come? Let me see if I manually... Can I manually move it? Yes, I can. If I manually move... Oh! It disappeared. Okay, that is interesting. That it just up and disappeared like that, but I'll take it. And there's the little guy that wants the orange flowers. Going to sneakily or not so sneakily approach, and that is a huge flower to feed such a little bird. Should be the 4th, and now this should be the 5th and final. So we should have another duty completed. Yep. There we go. I told you! Mine for something shiny. I knew this was coming. I knew it was weird we got this far in the star path without finding it. Drat. Okay, now hang on. Let's redeem a couple of things. Because there's not much left. There's these for 15 each. There's this for 10, which is really cute. I can see using that in photos for like dream snaps. Then we've got this for 50. Okay, we are going to complete the Star Path very soon. Because the moment we hit 100, we're getting Daisy. And she is the only... No, hang on. Now Daisy is the only thing left. So only another 75 points. If we look at duties, let me go see where we are at with duties. Yeah, we only need 75. This is 20, 40, 60, 80. This is 110. So I am pretty sure this is the very last page of duties that we've got. And yeah, even if I can't finish the Dreamlight one, we can do everything else. So let's go. Or actually, hang on, there might be a few more, you know why? Because I've completed the first round of bonus duties. The ones that unlock weekly, which by the way, this time it's 8 weeks. Last time it was only 5. So I don't know how I feel about that, just because that's gonna, at least luckily, it's not something that you can miss out on if you start too late. You can just complete all of them in one go, spend like an hour on them and you're done. But yeah, I don't know how I feel about that, because I do log into the game a lot. Like I play this multiple times a week. It's one of my main games. But yeah, I don't know. 8 weeks of little duties unlocking like that, so it means it's gonna take me 8 weeks to get some of the bonus rewards. Little sad about that. So actually, let's see, what can we get? Also, hang on. Oh, okay, I thought we completed something, but you know what? That's giving us Dreamlight towards the objective, so I am not mad about that, I'm gonna be honest. So, bonus rewards. So the first round, oh, the first round is so good. Not so much the Sanders and Sisters flyers, they're cool. I'm gonna use them, but it's not something I'm looking forward to particularly. The vanity desk is amazing. This cooking station is officially my favorite cooking station next to Tiana's. It's incredible. And then I'm guessing the next priorities would actually be the witch hat and the witch gloves to complete the ensemble, because I love those purple witchy robes. So I don't know if we can get enough points to do that this week. Although I have a feeling like we might, simply because I think I've seen someone on Reddit posting the full witch's robes with the hat. Which means maybe we're gonna have enough. Like, maybe the bonus duties are gonna give just very small amounts of points. So they're just gonna be for the house skin or something. But yeah, I'm very curious. I wanna see what we can get. Like, how far can we go? Now, just one more square gem. Can we get one, please? Just one in these here mines. So then we can just mosey on over to the next duty. Got 3 more spots. Come on. Come on, 3 more spots. We can do it. We can do it. We can do it because, looky here, visible gems. We're gonna get a sapphire and complete the quest. Wait, why didn't that count? I am sorry, shiny variants don't count? What the heck? That's not fair. It's still a square gem. I mean, then again, shouldn't complain. We do have a quest to find, like a duty, to find a bunch of shiny gems. So, you know what? I'll take it. I'll take it. Doesn't matter. I'll take it. Okay, we're still down a square gem. Trying to think if there's anywhere that's gonna have squares. for both? I don't think so. There's some places that have 2 ovals. There we go. Moot point. Okay, so there are some more duties here. Fabulous. So, catch fish in gold ripples and cast around for seafood. We can catch 2 birds with 1 stone there because I can get a fishing potion and we can go get lobster in the glade. And we need to give the sea turtle their favorite food. So we need to go find the sea turtle first. Then we go grab a potion and take care of the fishing. So we just need to find 1 because we can just feed it 5 times after it's done being scared of us and realizes that it can trust us because we're going to give it food. What's up? There's the turtle. I feel so bad with both the turtles and the dragons because they look so scared of you. They get there. Oh, there it is. Okay, seaweed times 5 coming right up. Memory. That's another thing that might come up soon, is another memory duty. I've only had 1 so far to open 10. So I'm kind of expecting at least another 1 or 2. We're almost there. Just 2 more. Sorry. My cat is on top of the computer tower, and one of his big long feet is half in front of my screen. So I had to move it a little bit to tuck it. Buddy. That's another one that won't let me pick up for some reason. It's such a weird bug to have. Ah well. Sea turtles completed. Hang out with Daisy. 40 minutes! Crikey, Daisy. Okay. I'm gonna leave that, I think, for later. Just because I feel bad. When I need to hang out with a character for a long time, and it's a character I've already fully leveled up to 10. Especially, you know, if I'm questing, it's fine, they tag along. But right now I'm doing quests. I'm doing things that actually give friendship points. I need to have someone tagging along that is actually, you know, getting leveled up by what we're doing. So I think we're going to keep that going. Can I pick it up now? No, I'm going to have to open the furniture menu again. Move it, and then it's going to disappear. So weird. I'm going to have to flag that as a bug. Okay, let's go get a fishing potion. And I think it's going to have to be a large, because if I have to fish 15, I don't think the normal potion is going to cover it. Hang on, where to keep it? I think here. Yes. Shovel, growth. Okay, fishing bait. This is 25. Oh, the normal one is 20. Hang on. Okay, it's inconsistent. Let me see. I might just need to craft one, because I don't want to be stuck with it too long. Fishing bait. Really? It won't tell me? Let's craft one and see how much it does. 10 users. Okay. So, not quite. In, we'll get the big one. Please and thank you. Also gonna empty my pockets a little bit because they're always getting of everything that I carry around. This goes in, this goes in. I've got some wood. It's actually really helpful to have the companions following around, picking up things, but oh boy, my pockets do fill up really, really fast. Which is why, in the end, my storage area used to be inside the house, like on the second floor. I moved it up here so I can fast travel to it because I was just so sick and tired of having to sit through so many loading screens all the time just to get to my storage area. Okay, so this can be sold. Some of these, we need some of these. Fabulous. I'm ready to bet you most of these gems I'm gonna have to sell because I already have multiple stacks of them. I'm gonna make my character stuff her face with cookies so we can keep moving faster. So I do need the flour, so that goes in here. Let's take a look-see. Actually, I do need a couple of these, so that's not too bad at all. Hey, only one of them I actually need to sell. That is neat. Actually, stick an extra one there. There we go. Okay, so fishing bait. Let's use it, and let's go down to the Glade of Trust. Okay, we have our trusty fishing rod. Oh, blue ones are also fine, because if I'm not mistaken, the squid, which is pretty much a 100% guarantee in the blue ripples in the glade, is counted as seafood. I said pretty much 100% guaranteed, not entirely, which is why, yeah. Oops. Yeah, that'll be fine. Let's go. Squid? Yes, okay, the squid counts. Can confirm. Should be very straightforward. So yeah, anything in blue ripples is good, anything in gold ripples is good, and anything in white ripples is gonna get turned gold anyway. For the potion. And you know what? We might even be able to get Maleficent up a level by the time we're done with this, so I will take it. 2 duties in one go would be freaking fantastic. Yep, there's the lobster. Can I get in? Yes, I can get in there. Just took a little bit of moving around. There we go. Already a 4 out of 15. This is going to be the 5th. Yeah, I love that. Anything gold ripples is guaranteed to be seafood. So this is usually my go-to. There we go. Blue! I see blue! Which, come on, it's not gonna be a herring again. I swear, 99% of the time it's a squid. I've very rarely seen herring come out of the blue ripples in the glade. Watch it. Today, it's gonna be majority herring instead. Shouldn't jinx myself, to be fair. Shouldn't jinx myself. Let's go. Ooh, okay. Another squid. Anything in here? Pretty please. Another blue ripple. You know what? I probably could have done with just the smaller potion. Because yeah, the sheer abundance of the blue ripples makes this exceptionally easy. There we go, we're already halfway through. Ooh, yes, and dream shards. Bring me all the dream shards, my pretties. We need them for Dreamlight. Okay, we got another one that's about to become lobster gold. There we go. I know some people say they're orange, some people say they're gold, some people say they're red. Like, honestly, I think, yeah, kind of goldy works. Though it's definitely more orangey than anything else. Brass, actually, maybe. Or copper. Let's go. 10 out of 15. We are getting there. No ripples over there. Maybe the pond be our friend? Nope, the pond is not our friend. Anything around here? Or did we just exhaust the supply for the time being? It's like, nope, nothing else is gonna spawn. It's gonna take some time. Because yeah, if that is the case, we might need to move some different fishing grounds. Yeah, I see nothing. If another pass reveals nothing, we're gonna have to move. Nothing there. Really? Nothing at all? Not that one? I know we fished 10 times in a couple of minutes, but come on. It's a fictional valley. We don't need to have fishing seasons to try and not deplete the population all at once. Surely it should self-replenish instantly. Shouldn't complain. Here's another squid coming, right? Right, it's gonna be a squid. Yes, it's gonna be a squid. 4 more to go. And see, even Maleficent is pleased. That is saying something. Yeah, we're gonna have to move. There's no ripples coming up at all. Nothing in the pond. Nothing here again, right? Yeah, no, we're gonna have to move. That's okay. Where else can we get guaranteed? Probably, actually, on Eternity Isle in the grasslands. I'm pretty sure there's, like, the rainbow shrimp or mosaic shrimp. I can't remember what it's called. But I am almost entirely sure that comes out of gold ripples. Beautiful. Look at... Can I actually reach that far? Can I reach that far? Wait, are they out of reach? For real? No, no way. How are there fishing bubbles out of reach? Shouldn't be possible, should it? Get to the white one? No! Okay, hang on, let me think. Okay, the starfish should be seafood. I would assume the starfish. Can I check, actually? If I hover over it? No, it doesn't tell me if it's fish or seafood. That is fine. That is fine. We're gonna find out through trial and error. We are just a little bit. There we go, straight in the gold ripple. Okay, it counted. Wonderful. Let's do it again. Should be number 13. Yeah, it's really weird that we actually got those fishing spots completely and entirely out of reach. Like, I don't think there would have been any way to get closer to them. But this is fine. Only one more to go. So, did we... Oh, come on. This one is catch fish in gold ripples. And the seafood doesn't count. Oh, that is sneaky. That is sneaky. I thought we were stacking those duties. Oh, then, well, really, really good thing that I used the large potion, because we're going to need it. Okay, we're at the end of the list of duties. This is neat. So, fish from gold ripples. Let's go to a peaceful meadow, because I know for a fact gold ripples there is just fish. It'll take a minute to load, but no hurry. Go. So, gold ripples. How many users do I have left? Oof, 18. Plenty. Just need 5. I'm gonna have to figure out what I am in short supply of that I can fish from these gold ripples. Yeah, there is 1. This is 2. This should be really quick. Let's go. There's a large pond, which I am sure... Look at that. One of them is already gold. I don't even have to use up a fraction of the potion to catch it. Maleficent okay with her head buried in the magnolia tree? Go just 2 more, I think. On 4. Come on, 4. Come on, 4. Let's go. Just 1 more. Need to get unstuck from here. That's a blue ripple. That's not going to get turned. There we go. There is our ticket. Completing another duty. Awesome. Go, let's go, let's go. Okay, so this is going to be the 5th fish caught in the gold ripples. Fantastic. Look at that. Oh, okay, okay. We can get Daisy skin. So, rewards. Drum roll, please. And we have officially completed the base star path in 3 days. That is nuts. I love how much simpler they made this. Also, she looks so cute. I might actually put this on her for October. Now, bonus rewards. What are we looking at? 150 points for these first 3 things. Okay, obtain 2 of the 3 rewards from page 1 to unlock this section. So I could just go for the vanity and the cooktop. That's 110. Can I get 110? 20, 40, 70. No. Yeah, 40, 70, 85. I can get to 90. Then how did I see someone on Reddit? Oh, you know why? Because they probably only got these 90 ones. Oh, still, they shouldn't be able to get the hat. Am I missing something? 30, 50, 70, 85, 90. Did I complete all my routine duties? Yes, I did. I wonder then, I swear I've seen someone on Reddit posting a photo of their character wearing this hat because they were cosplaying the Saja Boys playing I'll Be Your Idol from K-pop Demon Hunters. And I thought it looked so cool. It was definitely this hat because it had these little hanging things on it. Maybe it's someone that uses mods on the game? Maybe possibly, because I don't think mathematically there is any way to get those at this stage. Like, none whatsoever. But it's great. I'm gonna be able to get both of these, which is... No, I'm not gonna be able to get both of these. I lie. These are 110. I cannot get to it. Oh, drat. The cooktop first. The cooktop is amazing. We gotta get the cooktop. And the cooktop should be reachable with a little bit of work. So mining for something shiny and tackling royal tasks. So let's do some royal tasks and then we can go mine something shiny. Probably in the storybook Vale because I am still lacking a decent supply of most of the gems that you can find in the storybook Vale. Okay, take a picture with a companion. Easy peasy. Because look, I've got Max right there. We're just gonna snap. No, Max, where are you? Where are you going? There we go. That counts, right? It counts. It's good. Sell a mineral. Easy. I've got so many in my pocket right now. Because we've been mining for the last, like, hour. And now I've got more mining to do because the shiny one came up. So there we go. Sell all of these. And actually these as well, because I know for a fact I've got a full stack of 50. Beautiful. We sold the minerals. Harvest 3 coffee beans. Doable, doable, doable. Oh, goody. Okay, where did I put my coffee beans? Oh, where did I put my coffee beans? Okay, there's the coffee beans. Harvested. Beautiful. 3 coconuts and remove 4 night thorns. The night thorns might be a problem because I'm pretty sure for another duty I basically cleaned out my valley yesterday. There should be some, though. There should be some somewhere. And the coconuts... No, wait, hang on. Yes, there are some near Moana's. I was right. I was like, no, that's a banana, but no. Okay, there's the coconuts. Great. Removing the night thorns. I'm guessing the forest might have a couple. Yes, okay, I can see a couple in the forest. Fabulous. 5, I think, so let's go. 1, 2... Find more. Yes, we can find more. Look at that. Why do I even bother cleaning up my valley? It's a disaster the next day anyway. Okay, it was 4, not 5. Even better, even easier. Then serve a meal in the restaurant. We can do that. We can absolutely do that. Dream shard, yes, please. I had like 300 of them. I used all of them to create Dreamlight. And now I am still short. So it's like, great. I need to get another stash and then burn it to the ground to get more. I'm about 3,000 short. Okay, who wants to eat? Ooh. Christoph wants cannoli. Christoph is gonna get cannoli. My little Italian heart cannot cope. He is getting cannoli. Also, it's absolutely one of the best hands down quality of life things that they've added is having a tab for restaurant meals. I played this game, I kid you not, for about 3 years. 3 whole years. Having to either take photos or snapshots or write down what everyone wanted. Because if I had a full restaurant with like 6 people, each wanting different things, it was a heckin' nightmare. So now, finally, it's like I can just go in the tab. Complete everything. It's so easy. And honestly, I'm astounded it took us so long to get that as like an accommodation, as a quality of life thing, because it's just so basic. Next thing that I want though, a search bar for Scrooge's store. Please, a search bar for Scrooge's store. Because especially if you've been playing for a really long time like I have, and you have so many items, finding a specific thing unless you know exactly, precisely which category it is in. And I swear, sometimes some of the items are bugged. So it doesn't matter if you know where they should be, they aren't there. So if you don't know that the item exists, and you're looking for it specifically, and you either know exactly when you got it in the timeline, so you can just... Because it's ordered if you go into all, like oldest to newest, you know roughly when you got it, you can maybe find it. Or if you know exactly which category it's in because you're using it in a build and you've just run out and you just need a few more, there's the crocodile need to feed. But yeah, unless you know exactly where to go for the thing that you're looking for, you are lost. Doomed, in fact. Okay, that couldn't be a harder thing to navigate around. Fun. Gonna get him. In the meantime, there's just things flying out of my pets left, right, and center. Which, luckily, they're picking up themselves. Because Max does the wood, and he also digs up anything from the ground. So night shards, dream shards, he just pops them up into, like, the air. And then I've got the witchy owl, and the witchy owl actually picks up the shards, which is really useful. So in combination with Max, it's really handy. I think it's my favorite combo to run so far, especially since I desperately need those shards. There we go. We reached him. There you go. Oh my god, when they roll around like this, they're so cute. I can't. I'm not a fan of reptiles usually. They've made these so cute that if they looked like this in real life, I'd have 3. Like, not kidding. Okay, 4 rock spots in the plaza. That is easy peasy lemon squeezy. We can squeeze that in. And actually, we need to feed my character because we are running on empty. And I love the book glider. I need to use it at any possible point in time because it's so awesome. I need to try the new witchy one as well, to be fair. It looks amazing, and there's actually 2 variants of it. So this time last year, there were no book gliders. I now have 3. And as a bookworm, I like that a lot. I really, really do like that a lot. And was that a shiny? No. It looked like a shiny, okay? I was like, ooh. Oh, actually, no. I think the shinies are going to be the hardest thing to complete, just because there's basically... Oh, come on, really? You leave them back there? I really made my life hard, to be fair, with this area. I probably should not have built it right in front of where a rock spot that I have to mine fairly frequently is. But it looks so good. The space was just perfect, you know? I had to. I am going to pick this up because it's in such an out-of-the-way place. I am going to forget it's there. Which, by the way, we're speaking of memories. They have increased the chance of finding memories, but also I think they've removed the ability for you to get duplicates unless you have every single memory you can get from the activity. Because look, I've been playing, okay, since the first Star Path. It wasn't day 1, but it was early, so I didn't get the cute chocolate pink croc. That was adorable. I'm so sad I missed that. But I did complete the first Star Path, so I had enough time to do that. In all that time, I think I'd only completed 2 memories as of this update. Now, if I go into my memories, outside of the story ones, which obviously, you know, everyone has the story ones, I have completed... Oh, I'm still missing several pages of Aurora's journey. Scroll and scroll and scroll, and dear God, we had a lot of story memories. Okay. I now have completed 1. So just 1. Hang on, hang on, hang on, we'll get there. 2, and also I love this one. It's not quite complete, so we're still at 2. 3, 4... 5, 6. That's almost complete. 7. That was the first one I ever completed. 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. So I've gone in the span of 6 weeks from 2 to 12. That is insane. And thankfully it proves that the devs have actually done something to change the situation, because it was horrendous. Someone that had played 3 years, only 2 complete memories. Okay, 3-star meal or better. That's also a really easy one that we can do, because we can just pop up here. Also, here's my market area. I just redid it because I finally completed last night Aladdin's quest. So I got the gem stall, which is so useful. I wasn't interested at first because it could only be in the valley. So I've been playing so long, I already had like stacks of 50 of everything. There was no need. Now, however, that we can put them in the DLC areas, yes, please. Because unless I farm like crazy, there's just no way for me to accumulate enough of what I need. So yeah, that was fantastic. We completed that. Sell 3 veggies. Do I have 3 veggies on hand? No, I do not. Okay. So, are we on this? 4 more tasks and mining for something shiny. Ooh, we're also doing great with the Dreamlight. So actually, you know what? I was going to say, let's move over to the Vale for duties. Let's not, because only Dreamlight counts. Mist and Storybook Magic don't. I've tested it for this duty. So, let's continue here because we're less than 1,000 off of being able to complete this. So it's 3 fish from the Forgotten Lands and 3 from the Sunlit Plateau. You know what? We're fast traveling. We're gonna do this. We're gonna do this quick. We're gonna fast travel. Okay, let's go. This is actually working really well. And Max, this is not the time to growl. Oh, snippet. Hang on. White snippet. Gotta catch it. But yeah, Max Darren, this is not the time to growl at Maleficent. She is our companion by choice, dear. Honestly, I love how they've animated her. She's always been one of my favorite Disney villains. And I feel like Disney doesn't make villains like that anymore. Because if you look at just the level of theatrics, the level of drama that surrounds some of these classic Disney villains, it's amazing. You look at Hades from Hercules. You look at Cruella de Vil. You look at Maleficent. You look at Scar. They are so dramatic, so theatrical. Yes, they're evil, but they're such fun characters to have hanging around. Like, you end up loving it. I also feel like there's other ones, like Mother Gothel, a little too real for my taste in the sense that, you know, there's actually people that do what she does in terms of, like, you know, the kidnapping, the narcissism. It's the same for Frollo, for me, from The Hunchback of Notre Dame. There are plenty of men that get so obsessed over women that they then decide to kill them because they will not be with them. Terrifying. Thought that didn't quite catch it as a kid. Now as a grown woman, yeah, that's a villain I wouldn't want in my valley, to be completely honest. But yeah, Maleficent, Scar, Hades, they're just fantastic. They've got so much personality, so much humor. They're just hilarious to be around. I love them as characters. Even Gaston. Though I feel like they might have maybe changed Gaston's personality just a smidge in Disney Dreamlight Valley. Just made him... It's still very vapid, empty-headed, full of himself, but still fun. I'm actually very curious to see who the antagonist for the new DLC is going to be, because there's absolutely going to be a villain. We had... Actually, so who did we have in Eternity Isle? We had Eve, Rapunzel, Jafar was the villain, and then we had Gaston. So we had 2 villains and 2 heroes. Because, yeah, Eve, Rapunzel, then we got Oswald as well, technically, so another hero, and 2 villains, Gaston and Jafar. In Storybook Vale, again, we got 2 villains, because we got Hades and Maleficent, and then we got Aurora, we got Flynn, and we got Merida. 6 characters. Right now, for Wish Blossom Ranch DLC, we don't know about any antagonist. So we're gonna get, I think, at least 1 villain, if not 2, because in both of the previous DLCs we had 2. So we know we're getting Snow White, we know we're getting Tinkerbell. I'm not actually sure if Maximus is actually going to be counted as a character with friendship quests, because we're gonna be able to ride him. So is he going to be both a character and a mount? Like, can we ask him to hang out with us, and when he hangs out with us... Because he doesn't speak. Then again, I guess Wally technically doesn't speak either. Just makes little noises. But, yeah, I'm very curious to see how they're going to handle it. Because if Maximus is mostly a mount, not really a character, that means we're getting at least 1 more hero that we know nothing about. And yeah, I'm expecting 2 villains. Because in both DLCs, we actually got 5 characters, 2 villains, both times. It's a pattern. So I'm trying to think who we would see. Like, who don't we have? We don't have Hans from Frozen. He would be a cool antagonist to have. We have... I mean, we get Snow White, so we could get the Evil Queen. Oh, now, wouldn't it be really cool if we had the Evil Queen with 2 skins? One in, like, a beautiful young skin and one as the crone. That would be fun, I think. Okay, so we could get the witch from Snow White. We could get Lady Tremaine because we're getting Cinderella in the base game, probably in December. So we could technically get Lady Tremaine, which would be cool. Oh my god, Lady Tremaine, and then we can get Lucifer as a companion, as part of her quests. Just like we're getting Maleficent's Raven through her quests. Oh my god, that would be awesome. I want Lucifer. I know he's supposed to be an evil cat in the original cartoon, but as the owner of a very fat cat, I would love, love, love to run around the valley with Lucifer in tow, just toddling along. Oh, he's so cute. I would totally be down for that. Okay, we completed that. What are we missing? Collect 3 bonus items given by a companion, so we just need to run around a little bit more with them. Sell 3 vegetables. I do not have vegetables on. Hang on, did hang on, there might be a solution. I can't remember if I actually picked everything up from Wally's garden today or not. Because if I haven't, then we're good. Did I? Drat, I did. Okay. We're gonna have to go to the island to pick up some veggies to sell. There, so where were we? Yeah, the evil witch, the evil queen, I guess, from Snow White would be fantastic. And we get Snow White, so it could be her. We also get Tinkerbell. So it could be Captain Hook. Oh, I would love Captain Hook. I would love, love, love the original Captain Hook. He's fantastic. Again, theatrical villains. I love theatrical villains. Lady Tremaine from Cinderella would be a good pick, I think, as well. Hans from Frozen would be a good pick. Because that's the thing, we get villains. We're not getting wishy-washy, not really villains because they've got really good motivators. As we've been getting, like, I mean, come on, in Encanto, the antagonist is your grandma. Who only means well. I haven't actually finished seeing, I think I've seen just part of Wish. But I'm pretty sure as well, the king is the antagonist and he's not really that evil either. So it's like, he doesn't really count as a real villain. I'm trying to think who else we got. We got Jafar before we got Aladdin and Jasmine. We got Maleficent and Hades before we got Aurora, because she came a bit later, and Hercules. So you know what? Technically, Lady Tremaine would make sense. Because in the DLC so far, the villains were not actually related to any other characters in the DLC. So scrap that. I don't think it's going to be the Evil Queen. So yeah, I'm guessing, and I'm gonna hold myself to this later. It's gonna be amongst 3. I think it's gonna be Hans from Frozen, or Lady Tremaine from Cinderella, or... I mean, it could be Captain... I feel like Captain Hook is possible, but it's not really themed like Captain Hook, so it's not going to be Captain Hook. What? Wait, what characters do we have? Which, like, realms? Hilarious characters. Who do we have? We got Jafar already. Honestly, the vibes, to me, of the new DLC for what we've seen don't scream Queen of Hearts, so I don't think he's going to be the Queen of Hearts. We already have Gaston. Brave doesn't really have an antagonist. Really? Lady Tremaine, I think, is a possibility. I don't think it's going to be the grandma from Encanto. We're going to get actual villains. Hans from Frozen. We've got Hades. No real villains in Inside Out either. It's definitely not anyone from Lilo and Stitch. Like, no way. No real antagonist in Moana either. Like, basically, Maui, for half of it, was the antagonist. Again, not the right vibes for Randall from Monsters, Inc. He looks very fairy tale-y. Neither for Shan Yu. Captain Hook, maybe. We got Scar, we got Ursula. I would love Dr. Facilier as well. I think he's one of the very few modern Disney villains that are really well made. I would love to see Dr. Facilier. Yeah, there's not many. We're still missing Ralph, who we know is coming because we saw him in, like, trailer renders years ago. But yeah, I think it's gonna be 2 among the Evil Queen, Lady Tremaine, Captain Hook, and Hans from Frozen. I don't think the vibes fit anyone else. Like, I don't think it's possible for us to get anyone else with unless we get really surprised by the DLC in a couple of weeks when they do their big showcase. Sorry, buddy, I need to move your foot. Sorry, my cat is sleeping on top of my PC. He's very cute, but his feet tend to just drift in front of, like, the top right corner of my computer. So I keep having every once in a while to move his little foot off the screen so I can actually see what I'm doing. Oh, I'm gonna have to craft some stuff that uses stone because I've got way too much of it at the moment. Bunch of gold goes in. What else? Coal can go in here. Got some fish I can pop in here. There we go. Probably have some fish for the base. So I just rearranged this island I was saying earlier to be my storage place. It's maybe a bit more elaborate than it needs to be, but I loved building it so much. Okay, we had a bunch of lobsters. Okay, I can sell all of these, actually. I'm also pretty sure I'm gonna have to sell most of these gemstones. Yeah, got a stack. I aim to have a stack of 50 of everything, and then I start selling. Certain things like ingredients, I can easily go and have 2 stacks of them. But yeah, otherwise I would have way too many chests. So I try to keep it at least semi-contained. The snippet's gonna be, there we go. Snippets. Shards. Then I need fruits. Yeah. Oh, yes, actually, I need more coconuts. And yeah, I can use more coffee. There we go. So actually, we came upstairs for something up here. Yes, we came up here for veggies. Then I got completely sidetracked talking about villains. Oh, asparagus counts, right? Was it just 3 that we had to get? Yeah, sell 3 vegetables. Prepare a 2-star meal or better. We can do that here in my wonderful, gorgeous cooking area. 2-star meal or better. I always default to chocolate chip cookies. They're so easy to get the ingredients stocked up for. Harvest 3 cocoa beans. Awesome. Oh, did we complete the event? Yes, and okay, we're only 400 Dreamlight off of complete. We are so completing this. We are so completing this. So it's gonna be sell 3 vegetables, harvest 3 cocoa beans, and then just 1 more duty, and we will have hit it. Yes, thank you. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Let's go get the cocoa beans, which to be fair, I'm starting to get low on, so I'm just gonna harvest all of them and hope for the little golden glow thing so I can harvest loads. No golden glow this time. It's fine. What's gonna be easiest? Probably catching the 3 fish from the Forest of Valor, to be fair. I don't like doing the adding decorations ones because I don't like having clutter that I don't mean to have in an area. Place down. So let me sell 3 veggies. And actually, we might get a better duty achieve here. Pick 3 mushrooms. Yes, indeed. Very easy, very low impact. Should take no time at all because the glade is just full of them. Oh, you know what? I need some Dreamlight fruit. I always forget that this tree is harvestable because I use it as a decor piece. So I always have very few Dreamlight fruits hanging about. And when I need them, I never have them because I always have so few. And then I have to run around like crazy trying to get some. Okay, 2 and 3. We did it. Okay. Yes. Awesome. Hanging out with Daisy, we're going to leave that for later because it's going to take 30 minutes. And Daisy's already fully leveled up. I've done all her quests. She doesn't need to be hanging around with me. She doesn't need to get all those extra points. I'm just finishing up my coffee, switching to water. Because I gotta stay hydrated, even though it's getting colder. Neat. So. Sorry, somehow I got cat. I know how I got cat hair in my mouth. Thanks to the little guy currently sleeping on top of my computer next to me. Almost never does this during streams. It's so sweet when he actually does it. Yeah, bless him. I've had him 8 years and he is one heck of a mama's boy. Which, honestly, I like it. We also have a dog and I love that the dog is very much a daddy's girl. So she loves me, of course. She's a sweetheart. The moment I wake up in the morning, she just wants cuddles. And, you know, she wants me to give her scritches. And we snuggle when it's cold. She adores me. But the way she loves my husband is on a complete other level. Like, it's honestly maybe slightly offending. But I work from home. So I'm with her pretty much 24/7. But I am busy during the day. So we're not really doing a lot of playing. We're hanging out. She's never alone. But she mopes from the moment my husband leaves the house to the moment he comes back. And the fantastic thing is that she's like a completely different dog when he's home. She just clings to him like that. Like wherever he is, she is. And, you know, so he's got his daddy's girl and I've got my mama's boy that clings to me 24/7 wherever I am. So it's even and it's fair. And it actually makes sense because my cat predates my husband. Like, I actually met my husband around the same time I went to the shelter and met my cat and decided, yeah, I'm in love. I'm going to take him home with me. The cat, not the husband. That came a little bit later. But, yeah, it makes sense that he's more of a mama's boy because it was just me and him living on our own for at least about 2.5 years before my husband moved in. So, and it was the cutest thing because he was a bit unwell when I first picked him up from the shelter because he had been anemic. So I think maybe he was cold a lot. And when he was small, because I picked him up, he had a parasite that took months to get rid of. So he was really small for his age. He was really underweight. Now he's massive. Like, not just fat, like just a big cat. But yeah, when he was really small, he was so cute. He just loved hanging out in my sweaters. Like, he would just climb up on my desk and crawl into the neck of my jumper or sweatshirt or whatever I was wearing and curl up in there and sleep. Or sometimes when he was really little, he'd crawl in like the hood of my sweatshirt and sleep in there for a while. So, and I was very worried he was going to like try and wiggle out and hurt himself. So I started wearing sweatshirts like backwards for a time. So he was in front of me in the hood. He was so cute. He still tries to do it sometimes, but he's just too large. Like, it's not gonna... There's no way in which just physics laws are against it. There's no way he's gonna fit. But, oh, it's cute. So now he just, you know, settles down for sleeping on top of my PC when it's on. And sometimes he comes down, snuggles up in my lap, then goes back up on the computer. Not in summer. It's too hot in summer, but my computer's almost never on in summer, especially for that reason. Because it's just too dang hot. Even in the yeah, it's the UK. You wouldn't think it would be so unbearably hot in the summer. I don't know if maybe it's just because I've gotten accustomed to the lower temperatures that we get here compared to like Roman summers that I grew up with. But yeah, it's so hot and my like home office is right at the top of the house and hot air rises. So if it's 30 degrees outside and because our houses in the UK, they're made to hold in the heat and we don't do aircon as a general rule. Like, we have radiators for winter for warmth. We don't have anything to cool down our houses because until recently there was just no need. So if it's 30 outside, it's going to be 30 inside. And on the top floor, it's going to be like 33, 34. So turning on my PC, which exudes a fairly decent amount of heat, is a little bit of a problem, let's put it that way, in the summer. So basically, it almost never gets switched on. Because I guess I have a work laptop that I can use, so I'm technically mobile around the house, wherever I want to work. It's just that this is most comfortable because it's my desk, I can plug it into my monitors, I've got a good desk chair, all that stuff. Okay, now, we are looking for shiny gems, and we're not having a lot of luck. And we just need 3 more, which I think we can do in the next, like, 20 minutes. I haven't quite been streaming an hour and a half, so I can probably push it to 2. Maybe. Trying to think what we're cooking for dinner tonight. Yeah, that's not gonna take too long. Yeah, I'm also gonna have to do a bunch of chores tonight because I've got my flu shot. Oh, okay, 3 out of 10, neat. Yeah, I got my flu vaccine booked for tomorrow, and I know that that tends to make me a little bit unwell for about 24 hours. So I know that not a lot of chores are actually gonna get done this weekend, and I do not want to have to ask my husband to carry the entire load for the weekend on his own. Also, I am very particular about how I clean, like, bathroom surfaces and stuff like that. So I feel like it's unfair to place that chore on someone else when I am just so finicky about it. Which, you know, I like to think there's a term in Italy, we call it professional deformation, which means it's, like, basically warped perception because of your job or your training, and I don't work in it, but I'm a trained biomedical scientist. So I work in academic publishing, completely different. Like, I technically apply some of what I studied, but yeah, I focused a lot on microbiology during my education. My thesis was on microbiology, so when it comes to keeping, like, bathroom and kitchen surfaces clean, my standards are basically laboratory standards. So I do tend to clean that part of the house myself because, honestly, it is an unfair burden to place on normal people that are not as bothered about it as I am. Harvesting lightning spice. Yes, more storybook magic. Thank you. I can finally start accumulating some of it to craft items because I've unlocked all the biomes. I've completed the story. So now all of it can go towards fun decorating stuff. I'm sorry, I just realized I thought it was 5 shiny gems. It's 10! And we're only at 4. Yikes. This is gonna take more cookies. Definitely this is gonna take more cookies. I wish I could say that in real life as well, but I'm on a diet. I'm trying to lose a little bit of weight. Not a lot, but just a smidge. And yeah, I'm calorie counting. I don't like it. As a general rule, you know, I'm Italian. I love my food. And yeah, restrictions are not fun when it comes to tasty things. Okay, 5 out of 10. We're not doing so bad. We found 2 in the span of a couple of minutes. So I wonder if the RNG is about to swing in our favor anytime now. Ooh! Yes, thank. Really? No gems? Oh, that is so mean. To have those special events happen and for there to be no gems in them? That is borderline cruel, if you ask me. So are we anywhere near at all leveling Maleficent? Okay, she is very close to level 9. I think. If she's not that close, I guess it's behind the little symbol that shows you what her next reward is. But still, she should be fairly close. Have I? No, I have not farmed gems here yet. Awesome. And come on, be a shiny. Be a shiny. Be a shiny. Be a shiny. Please be a shiny. Please be a shiny. Can you be a shiny? It's a shiny! See? If we ask politely, the game giveth. If we asketh, it giveth. If we don't, tough luck. Okay, only 4 more to go. We found 3 really quickly, and Maleficent leveled up to 9. But I have a plan to catch up, because I think I've tallied it up. I've got 12 characters, 14 characters, something like that. That either I haven't rescued, let's say, from their realms yet. So I'm still missing Timon, Pumbaa, and the Cheshire Cat. And then I've got the rest that I've unlocked. They are near level 10 or at level 10 or in the process of getting to level 10. But no quests basically have been done. And I have very stupidly decided that before the new DLC comes out, which I assume is going to be in about 6 weeks-ish, maybe slightly more, maybe slightly less. But yeah, I've decided I'm gonna try and clear all of the friendship quests. So I can still get like a few occasional quests, non-relevant ones, but just to show you my quest log of shame. Look at this. This is the quest log of shame. Now, the ones that are not quite to level 10 are almost there. So I just finished Aurora yesterday. Maleficent is at level 9. The Eternity Isle characters are all at level 10. Dreamlight Valley, so I'm still missing Cheshire Cat, Timon and Pumbaa. Cogsworth and Lumiere are getting leveled up, and I'm pretty close. I should get them to level 10 this weekend. Joy and Sadness should get to level 10 this weekend. But yeah, when you look at the quests, I've got... So there's 3 that I don't even have yet, so I've got all their quests to do. So that's 3. 4, 5, although Hades and Jasmine are on the last quest, so I'm hopeful. 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16 characters that either I don't have yet and I have to level 10, or are at level 10 and I don't have their quests. So, yeah, that's, let's call it interesting, shall we? And yeah, I have said I am going to try and get all of the friendship quests done over the next 4 weeks or so. But I have a plan, okay? Yes, I know, Mike Gilbert, I call it the quest log of shame because, honestly, like, I have ADHD. When I am overwhelmed, I just avoid the thing that overwhelms me like the plague. So I've just let it grow and grow and grow and grow. And now, yeah, it is the quest log of shame. But I am tackling it. And yeah, now I have a plan. So what I'm going to do, yes, shiny diamond, only 3 more shiny gems to go. What I'm planning to do is I am going to level up slowly all the characters to level 10. There's just a few that I'm missing at this point. And then once they're at level 10... I am going to dedicate basically an evening, you know, after dinner, I've done my skincare, I've washed the dishes, everything is clean, everything is sorted, I've got maybe hour and a half to dedicate to gaming before bed. I am going to dedicate an evening to that character and do all the quests. Rinse and repeat. And I am very lucky, I have very regular working hours, I don't have any children at this stage. So after dinner... is my husband and I's chill time, which means we've got like separate home offices with our PCs. We'll hop on Discord and, you know, just keep each other company, chat about our day while we're playing usually different games, although every once in a while there's a good sesh of Baldur's Gate 3 going on, which we need to get back into. But yeah, so I'm planning to try and do that. And I think if I do that, basically in one evening, I can complete all of the quests for a character. So in, say, 2 weeks-ish, I should be able to get that done. Which, very exciting. Because yeah, that's the thing, I've got like big stashes of items. I very rarely have to grind for anything at this point that is needed for a quest. Though yesterday was an exception. I was doing Hades' final quest. And he wanted 20 magma for a DJ table, I want to say. A Corinthian marble DJ table, that's what it was. I only had 6 magma. Because I was like, okay, I hadn't spent a lot of time actually grinding for gems and other exclusive materials. In the storybook veil, I was like, I don't have any. So I then had to proceed... to grind for like 2 hours because the RNG wasn't kind to me to grind all the magma that I needed for that quest, and that prompted me instantly to be like, okay, as soon as I was like, the next thing I did yesterday evening, I took Aladdin. I was on his last quest anyway. I blitzed through it to get the gem stall and placed one in every area, because now we can place it in the DLC areas, which I think is so useful. Which is why I hadn't unlocked it yet, because I didn't need it in the valley. Like, okay, I've got so many gems of every kind that's available here, I don't need it. Now, it's fabulous. There's one in Eternity Isle, there's one in the Storybook Vale. I can just go buy most of the gems every day. In a few weeks, I'm going to have stacks of 50 everywhere as far as the eye can see. Which is absolutely perfect. But yeah, so aside from that particular quest with Hades, I don't expect to have to grind much at all. The only other one that concerned me initially was Oswald's. I think I read somewhere that Oswald wanted, like, okay, I'm picking this one up because I'll never remember this is here. But I think I read somewhere that Oswald's last quest requires like 100 plus plastic scrap or something like that. And I currently have a stack of 99 plus some change of the plastic scrap, so I'm hoping that that is actually going to be enough. So yeah, basically, moral of the story is I should hopefully be able, in about an hour dedicated to each character, to complete all their quests, and then move on to the next one. And yeah, be fully caught up with everything. Because yeah, I love this game, but a lot of the time I just don't have the time to dedicate to quests, because maybe I'm playing something else. I play this, I play Genshin Impact pretty much every day. I also have a Switch, I'm mainly a Nintendo gamer. So I play a heck of a lot on the Nintendo Switch. And it's not like Nintendo releases teeny tiny little games that I can finish in 6 hours and be done with them. Like, no. Like, I've been slowly working at Donkey Kong Bonanza for 2.5 months. Since it released, basically. It was, what, mid-July? So yeah, we're going on 3 months. I have still only done like 3 worlds, maybe 4. And there's so many. So yeah, I'm very much falling into the too many games, too little time fallacy. Which of course, when we're kids, we've got lots of time to game. But we don't have basically any money. We're relying on just games that our parents buy for us at like birthdays and Christmases, that's it. If you're lucky, maybe 3 games a year. Because I remember I could ask for one for my birthday. I could ask for one for Christmas. And I was generally a good student. My parents would say, okay, if you bring us good grades at the end of the year when your report cards come out, if you want a game, you can get a game. And luckily, my 2 big hobbies growing up were reading and gaming. And games were usually, yes, another shiny, just 2 to go. Games were usually birthday, Christmas, and end of the school year, because summer holidays are 3 months long in Italy. So you basically want something to keep your kid entertained. And we don't go out during the hot hours of the day, because when it's almost 40 degrees outside in the summer, you stay inside from noon to 4, generally speaking. So you need them to do something. So yeah, I would usually get a game then. And books, however, were never used as a reward for good behavior or held back as punishment, anything like that, because they wanted to encourage me to read. So luckily, books, it was very much a, oh, you've read everything you've got, you finished that book, you want the next one in the series, yeah, let's go to the bookstore and buy the book now. I was very lucky, I was raised in a house with a lot of books. And if I wanted more, that was never an issue, in spite of the fact that public libraries in Italy, very underfunded already in the noughties when I was growing up, let alone, oh god, now I think it's even worse. I don't even know if we still have public libraries. There was one, I grew up in the periphery of Rome, and there was literally one, like maybe half an hour away by car. It was a few neighborhoods away. My mum took me to it when I was 8 years old, 9 years old. That's when I was really getting into reading. They were like, okay, let's try the library because this child's reading habits are expensive. And I remember us being exceptionally underwhelmed by what we found, because the kids section was literally like 2 shelves, and 90% of the books were missing pages. They had, I kid you not, boogers stuck between the pages, or had like juice spilled on them, so they were basically unreadable. So yeah, sadly, libraries were not an option when I was growing up. And I love now, I live in a city that is very academics forward. So we've got multiple public libraries, even though it's a fairly small city. They're even going to open one about 5 minutes, not even on foot from my house. So I am very, very keen to see what that one's going to be like. But yeah, so when I was a kid, I basically played the same 3 games on loop, because if I was lucky, I got 3 games in a year. Maybe slightly more than that during the PS1 era, just because piracy was rampant back then. So you'd get these little, very much not legal, stalls, like near supermarkets and stuff, where they sold pirated copies of PS1 games for €5. So it was very easy to go with my mum to, you know, do a food shop and come out and be like, oh, Mum, they've got the new Spyro for €5. Can we get it? Half the time, the game didn't run all that well. Half the time, though, they were amazing, like perfect, like the original. So yeah, but maybe I had a few more than 3 a year during that era. And then, oh, there were the R4 cards for the DS, where you could just load ROMs and you were good to go, which was awesome back then. But yeah, generally speaking, I tended to replay the same games all the time. Now I'm a grown-up with disposable income, so I can just buy games that I want when I want. But I have a backlog because I don't have the time to play all of them that I want. Especially when I'm already playing 2 live service games, basically daily, which is this. To be fair, this in Dreamlight Valley is not quite daily for me. It's daily when there's lots of content and updates. It can be as little as half an hour a week that I play it, towards like the tail end of an update when I'm just logging in for Dream Snaps, basically, doing the Dream Snaps and coming out, and then checking the store 2 hours later for the next week, and so on and so forth. But yeah, I'm playing this regularly. I'm playing Genshin Impact regularly, which is a big time sink. And then yeah, a bunch of Nintendo games. Add in then a few indies here and there, and yeah, there's a lot. Especially when it's not like I like games that you can finish easily. I either go for really big platformers, big RPGs that last like 100 hours plus, or cozy games that I can play for 1,000+ hours. So it's difficult when the games that I like take up so much of my time. Like, basically ludicrous. Okay, so we completed that. Hanging out with Daisy, I'm gonna do later. I'm gonna be cheeky. When we do the hangout with Daisy, I'm just gonna ask her to hang out, and then I'm gonna go downstairs and make dinner, and set a timer for 30 minutes, come back up, and reap the reward. But dang, I don't think I have ever finished the Star Path this quickly. Like, literally 3 days after the update, I will have finished it. Honestly, I love it. I much prefer this and then having to just spend maybe half an hour a week during the routine duties once a week when they release for 8 weeks, than just having to feel like I'm chipping at this massive rock, sitting here for long periods of time trying to complete these achievements. So much easier. So, bonus rewards, and we are going for the beautiful, wonderful Witch's Cooktop, because it's too good! I just love how it looks! So I'm not gonna be able to get the vanity desk, because it's gonna be our 30, so I'm gonna hit 40. So I wonder then, how the heck, I saw someone on Reddit posting a photo, like a dream snap, that was supposed to be basically like a cosplay of the Saja boys doing I'll Be Your Idol from K-pop Demon Hunters. And they were wearing this hat. And I know it was this hat because there's no other hat that's like this pointy with these things draped over it, like these charms. So that must have been someone running a modded game. Because as of now, there's no mathematical way to get that. Like, the most you can get is finishing the base rewards and getting the brooms and the cooktop. There's no way to get more than that. Oh, that's going to be nice. I think the next priority is going to be the vanity with the duties that we get next week. And I think the hat and the gloves so I can finish the ensemble. Because, yeah, I really like those witches' robes. This house skin is freaking amazing. Look at the eggs. The giant eggs that something laid on the side. This, it kind of gives me vibes like Baba Yaga's cottage. I feel like this is supposed to sprout like chicken legs and walk around as a house skin. But, oh, I love it. The little, like, missing patches of tiles in the roof. Oh, this is flawless. I can't wait to make a dedicated area for it. But it's very, like, Nordic fairy tale or Slavic folklore coded. I very much like. And hey, Anu and Dorios, you joined just in time to see me leave because in the next few minutes I'm gonna wrap up the stream because it's now 5:30 and we've basically completed the Star Path. The only thing we've got left to do is hanging out with Daisy, which, as I said, I'm just gonna be cheeky. Ask her to hang out with me and leave the game running for a half hour while I go and do some chores and then come back and be like, okay, she's done. Awesome. Yes, I know we can finally do justice to the Forgotten Lands. Also, did you see, finally, those floating candles that we've had for years that were only available to put inside the houses, they can now be put outside. I saw it earlier today and I forgot. I'm gonna pop to Scrooge's and I'm gonna buy like 30 of them because I am going to disseminate them all over the place in my Forgotten Lands. It's gonna look so good. But all of these new accessories that we're getting, like everything witchy themed, I cannot wait. My Forgotten Lands is going to be fully decked out. It's gonna look so good. And it's also perfect. I was doing like an enchanted forest. I'm gonna have to show you guys the enchanted forest area I made in the Wild Woods in the DLC. Hang on with me. I need to order the candles first. Actually, also some new items that we just unlocked today. I want to add a few, like a few extras. Because yeah, this is now my favorite cooktop. I found these in a furniture pouch. Finally, something good and new. Gonna get a couple more of this desk that I unlocked with Maleficent. This craftsman's desk is amazing. I'm gonna use it in so many builds. This looks good. A couple more of these emblems too. I feel like I'm gonna use them. Actually, they should be in an even number because it feels like the sort of thing that needs to be mirrored. Okay, we're done buying that stuff. But yeah, I'm gonna go and show you guys what I've done in the Wild Woods because I did it the other night. And I am so proud of it because I've started really slotting character houses in places that I feel are really suited to them. So Wild Woods. So I haven't finished this yet. I also need to incorporate a few more things. I think I want to put the witch's cottage house skin with like the pointy hat roof in here. And I've got Rapunzel's house. I've got a few bits. But yeah, this is just a little like butterfly area thing that I've put in. I might move it. I've not decided if I'm keeping it. So this little bit is for Aurora's cottage. And you know what? This is going to look better at night. Hang on. Let me change. Let me go forward by 3 hours. There we go. It really doesn't do it justice unless it's dark. So this is for Aurora's cottage. Then don't look at this bit. I haven't decorated it yet. But there's going to be like Flynn's house, Rapunzel's tower, the Snuggly Duckling. So I'm doing a few things here. But that's still not complete. The thing I really like is Peter Pan's house area. This is what I did to it.
What kind of fun should we have today?
Look at that. Look at that. I put in some of the river kit. And these fireflies. I need to see if I can put in more fireflies. They were killing my frame rate the other night, so I had to remove a few. But look. This is the area I've made for Peter's house. And when you look at it from afar, it looks so stunning. I am so happy with it. So happy with it. And you know, the book glider is so cool. You get that with snippets in the Library of Law. So you've got to speak to the lawkeeper and reorder stories. It took me forever because it took like 70 or 75 of the yellow frog snippet. I spent, I kid you not, 3 hours just running around catching those snippets. Literally, not figuratively, 3 hours. And then I finally got it. But But the great thing is now we actually have 3 different book gliders, because there's this one. There is, where's the gliders? In the new Star Path, there's this glowing green one, which actually, let's see what the trail looks like. Oh my goodness, it has like a glowing trail of green thorns. That is fantastic. And there's also going to be a purple counterpart in the bonus rewards. There it is. I assume with a matching trail as well, which is going to look so cool. But yeah, I think right now, unless I'm dressed as a witch, my absolute favorite glider is the Storybook Veil book one. Just because of the trail of words and magic dust that like flows from it. But yeah, I'm so proud with how this is coming out. So here I think I'm gonna do like a witch's cottage, potion stand, that sort of thing. I'm gonna have a few cottages, like a very foresty area. And then, need to feed my character so we can glide actually. And then, I've got to set up this area for Alice. So right now there is literally nothing. I've just dropped Alice's house in it. But I want to do like a big Alice in Wonderland themed area. And I also need to, somewhere, I'm gonna slot in Vanellope and the gingerbread house skin. And just, because right now they're in my Frosted Heights and they really look out of place. So I'm thinking in the Enchanted Forest, they might actually work. And yeah, this might be moved to the Alice in Wonderland area, the gazebo and the butterflies, just because it doesn't really fit with the more organic, wild area that I'm trying to do here. But I am so proud of it. Ah, Bite Hunter. Oh, I've been playing since basically the game released. So I started playing, it wasn't quite day 1, but it was during the first Star Path, and I was able to complete the first Star Path. So, yeah, did it come out like 2021? I can't remember if it came out in 2021 or 2022. But I've been playing since then. And at first I played on Nintendo Switch, back when it was running decently outside of a few crashes when it was in early access. And then performance on the Switch just got worse and worse, and it made me motion sick. I get motion sick really easily if the frame rate for games is not stable. So I moved over to PC. And in terms of how many hours I have played, consider, I probably had around 250 hours on the Nintendo Switch before I moved over to Steam. And hang on, I'm going to bring up Steam and actually see what it says here for Disney Dreamlight Valley. So I've played 613 hours, 613 on PC. Plus another couple hundred, 250-ish on Switch. So we're probably coming in around the 800-900 hour mark. But that's over years and years and years and years. I stream this a lot as well, so I play it live. I just generally, play a lot during the Star Paths because I complete all of them. So yeah, that's a lot of hours. That's a lot of hours that I've put into it. This is also what I consider a really good exercise bike game, which means that I drag my stationary bike that I keep slotted in a corner of my home office in front of my computer because I get bored. I have ADHD, and if my brain is not engaged, I hate exercising. So I either need to have like a treadmill and read, but again, reading while I'm moving, not really a great thing. I tend to get a little motion sick sometimes. So best thing to do is stationary bike in hand, and I'm just like doing quests. So I usually play either this when I'm exercising or like RPGs, especially if they're turn-based. Like, I think I played 3/4 of Octopath Traveler on the bike like this in front of the computer. But yeah, basically, if I start to get bored, my brain will just completely and totally reject whatever activity I'm doing. I'm like, no, we don't want to do this. We do not. And that's unhealthy. So I'm like, I need to do something. And yeah, that's basically what I do. So that's also why I've played so many hours of it, is because it's a great thing to play when I'm physically doing something else to boot. I do not still play it on the Switch, just because performance on the Switch for me has just gotten too bad. I am, however, very, very hopeful about the Switch 2 version. So, to the point that, so I own the game on both platforms, obviously, because when I was in early access, there were several tiers. I think I bought the most premium tier with all the extra items on Switch, which luckily carries over to other versions. So I then bought the Steam version on sale and transferred all my progress over. And I only own the DLCs on Steam because they both released after I made the Switch, pun not intended, over from the Nintendo Switch. But the issue is that DLCs do not transfer over. So you have to own 2 separate copies of the DLC on each of the platforms that you want to play it on. And since I decorate a lot, I feel like I am going to want to own the DLC. Ooh, memory. Hang on. I'm going to pick it up. I've got loads of memories scattered all over my valley at the moment, so I can open the new ones that come up. Ooh, that would be a beautiful one to complete. Love it. But yeah, so I'm very hopeful because this is the sort of game that I really want to play handheld mode. It's also a sort of thing that I think I would really enjoy having on the TV in the living room instead of having to sit at my desk exclusively to play it. So yeah, I'm very much planning because I have a Nintendo Switch 2, I've upgraded. If it runs decently, as in it won't make me motion sick to play it, and it doesn't look outrageously bad, I will most likely... I'm hoping that the upgrade to Switch 2 is going to be free if you already have the game on Switch 1. Just because it runs so badly at the moment on Switch 1. So I would hope, at least, that wouldn't cost me. Or if it costs anything, it's going to be a nominal fee. Like Fantasy Life I, The Girl Who Steals Time, which I think was £1.50 to upgrade from Switch 1 to Switch 2 version. So yeah, if it runs well on Switch 2, on a sale, I will most likely repurchase the DLCs as well. And then continue cross-platforming it, because it's one of my main games. I love playing it, so I think, to me, that would be worth the money, as long as I don't pay full price for everything, because crikey. Yeah, in terms of other games, so I play a lot of games, a lot of different genres as well, which I was saying earlier, is my curse, because I basically play either cozy games that take hundreds of hours or just that I enjoy them so much. Like, I played Animal Crossing for 1,000 hours. I've played this for almost 1,000 hours over the span of like 5 years. So it's basically either this or RPGs that take like 100 hours to complete. So like, I love the Xenoblade series. I love Dragon Quest, Octopath Traveler. I was a huge Kingdom Hearts fan when I was a kid. That's one of the games that got me into gaming. Zelda as well. Anything Legend of Zelda, give it to me. I will 100% it and play it for 100 hours. Unless it's Triforce Heroes. I did not like that one. But yeah, so basically I have a PC and I have a Nintendo Switch 2. So I tend to alternate playing on the two. Like a bunch of indies, a bunch of cozy games, and then lots of Nintendo first-party titles. Because like, big Zelda fan, big Mario fan. Fire Emblem, I love Fire Emblem so much. Animal Crossing, but you know, every cozy gamer loves Animal Crossing. So all this sort of stuff. But yeah, I tend to play a lot of different games, and I can never finish them, which irks me. So I'm trying, and failing, frankly, to actually just finish more games. And it's not because I don't want to, like, I don't want to play them, so I drop them. It's just I don't have the time to play them. Come here, you. There we go. I just dropped something. Why won't it work? Hang on, drop. There we go. Where did the snippet go? There it is. Okay, hang on. I gotta get the little orange guy, because there's so few of them spawning. I need it. There you go. I've only got a handful of them, so I need to get them when I can. So let's pop up to the floating aisles so I can actually drop off some of my stuff, because my pockets are so full. Yes, Octopath is so nice. I can't wait for Zero either. I am so planning to get day one. That's going to be so cozy as well, I think, to play over the Christmas holidays. My office shuts for like 10 days over the Christmas period. It's great. I'm basically on holiday from Christmas Eve to the day after New Year's. Or a few days after, depending on when New Year's falls. If it's on a weekend, I get slightly longer. So I usually, like, I get a nice chunk of time to play a game at that point. So yeah, it's gonna be fun. Can't wait. And yes, I do have a Switch 2. So I got a Switch 1, actually day one, when it released in 2017. I remember going to a midnight launch back when we still had a physical game store in my town. They've now sadly all shut, so there's nowhere to go do midnight releases anymore, which is sad because it was one of my favorite parts of gaming culture when I was growing up. And yeah, I played the heck out of it for like 8 years, and I took really good care of it, so it was still in really good condition. And now my best friend, who had been wanting to get into gaming for literally years, basically inherited my old Switch. And so she's had about 3 months now, because I gave it to her like the week after the Switch 2 came out, once I'd done all the system transfers and stuff. She has now completed Breath of the Wild, 100%ed it basically. She's done every quest, every shrine, and she beat Ganon on the first try. Let me tell you, this woman had never held a controller in her hands before. She spent the first 5 hours because she came over to my house to get the Switch set up when my husband was on a work trip. So she slept over. We played Breath of the Wild all evening and then the next day as well. She spent the first 5 hours with the controller like this in front of her eyes. Press R. No, that's not R. That's like that. That's, you have to press the bumper, not the trigger. No, the bumper, not the trigger. Okay, which one's the bumper? Which one's the trigger? Where is A? Where is B? Which one is start? So basically, she had no muscle memory whatsoever. She had no idea where the buttons were. And in spite of that, it's been a few months. She's now fully finished it. Now she's tackling her first Pokemon. She is waiting for a Black Friday sale to get Tears of the Kingdom. I'm so proud of her. Like, baby gamer is baby gamer no more. She's getting really into it. And yeah, so basically had the Switch for years. And it's basically, I think, my favorite console of all time, tied with a Nintendo 3DS, because I think the 3DS was a fantastic console that was super underrated by so many people. I knew that I wanted to upgrade as soon as possible. And I actually had money saved up and earmarked for it for literally, not kidding, like 2 years. So I knew I wanted it as soon as I could. And yeah, I upgraded day one, snagged the pre-order. And it was mad. Like, it was sold out everywhere in the beginning. Like, it was so hard to actually secure that pre-order, even though I went in with the intent of, like, getting one ASAP, basically. But yeah, I'm loving it so far, I've got to be honest. I know that there's a lot of controversy at the moment. I think it's mostly, it's a very chronically online issue that I think exists basically exclusively on social media. About, oh, the screen is not that good, the console is too expensive, there's no games for it because everything being released is a port. Which honestly I don't agree with. My stance is that I am loving it so far. It's basically a Switch on steroids, and that is exactly what I wanted. A Switch with better resolution, better graphics. Oh, sorry guys. I think that's my sign to log off soon. Because when this happens, that means my voice is giving in. Whew. Honestly, I did fairly well today, because I didn't have meetings, so I didn't speak all that much for the rest of the day. But yeah, when my voice starts cracking and I start coughing, it's usually a sign that it's time to log off. So let's finish emptying my pockets, and then I am going to go, because I've got dinner to put on, and I actually have bathrooms to scrub as well, because I am getting my flu shot tomorrow, and I know that my flu shot always knocks me out in the sense that, you know, I usually have a fever, I'm not feeling all that well, my arm really hurts, I can't lift it up. that sort of stuff. So I know I am not going to be doing any chores, basically, this weekend at all. And I just want to get ahead and make sure that everything that I need to do is done. So I'm not behind on laundry, everything is clean, and also so that I don't have to ask my husband to do my half of the chores, because I am an extremely persnickety person when it comes to specifically how things like the kitchen and bathroom surfaces are cleaned. Because I don't work in that field anymore, but I'm a trained biomedical scientist. I studied microbiology extensively. It was part of my dissertation. So, sadly, I am in maybe worse than 99.9% of people. I mean, the top 0.1% in terms of how strict I am with how clean I like certain areas of the house to be. And since it's an unfair ask to put on anyone else, I always take care of those areas myself. I wouldn't ask my husband to take care of that in the same extent that I would, because there's no normal person that doesn't have this background would, to be honest. But yeah, so I want to make sure that everything is cleared out and sorted, so I don't have to worry about it. And if I'm feeling like crap all of tomorrow afternoon and all of Sunday, I don't have to worry about it. I don't have to have this sword hanging over my head of, oh my god, there's so much to do, the house is filthy, it's stressing me out. No, none of that. It's gonna get all sorted tonight, so everything is nice and clear for me to relax over the weekend. But yeah, oh, just to go back on like the finishing games things, yeah, I am terrible with finishing games. And it's not for lack of trying. It's just because I like too many things. I want to play too many things. And yeah, things just don't get played as much as I want to. And that's basically the gist of it. But yeah, I'm gonna have to go now, guys. Thank you so much for hanging out with me. I really appreciate it. I'm gonna be streaming some more next week. Most likely some questing specifically, so we're gonna select a few characters and get them from no quests completed to friendship level 10 quests completed. So probably Lumiere and Cogsworth, just because they're the latest ones. I think they will be the most fun to see. And hi, bud. And my cat is starting to wake up. He's sleeping on top of my computer. Actually, you know what? I'm gonna show you guys. There he is. There's my little buddy. That is Newt. Very fat. Very sweet. And he's a very clingy little mama's boy. Good boy. But yeah, I'm gonna go, guys. Thank you so much for hanging out with me. I hope to see some of you next week. And I hope you have a fantastic weekend. Bye, everyone.